Hari Om. We'll chant the first two verses. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi Danam Damascha Yajñascha Swadhyayastapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Akrodha Tyaga Shantirapeshunam Daya Bhuteshvaloluptvam Mardavam Rira Chapalam. So Daivi and Asuri Sampatti are described here in this chapter. So each one of us, we are born with this Daivi and Asuri Sampatti with different proportion, different measure. And the more we develop this Daivi Sampatti, the more we will move towards enlightenment. And more we encourage the Asuri Sampatti, the more we get tied down to this world. So these qualities are to certain measure are there when we are born, and it develops also and sometimes goes down also. Depends on our sadhana, and mainly our sadhana will help us to enhance these positive qualities. So Bhagavan mentions them here, enumerates them. If fearlessness is the first thing which he mentioned, that one who has got this ability to be totally fearless is a divine quality only. And then purity of the mind, interest in knowledge, and also in experiencing what is being revealed in the scriptures. Then Dhanam, Dama, Yajna, Swadhyay, self-study, Tapa, concentration, Arjavam, straightforwardness, Ahimsa, non-violence, Satyam, truthfulness, Akrodha, absence of anger, Tyagaha, renunciation, Shantihi, peacefulness, absence of crookedness, Apaishunam, Daya, Bhuteshu, compassion towards all beings, even those who disturb the peace and quietude, you should have compassion towards them. Aloluptvam, absence of indulgence in or attachment to sense pleasure. Mardavam, gentleness. Rihi, modesty. Achapalam, and non-fickleness of the mind. These are all Daivi Sampatti. Some more are mentioned now in the third verse. Teja Kshama Dhriti Shaucham Adroho Nati Manita Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim Abhijatasya Bharata Teja Kshama Dhriti Shaucham. Teja. Teja is a brilliance which is seen on the person's personality or even on the face. This is an expression of the inner good quality of that person. And Shankaracharya ji says this is not just makeup on the skin or something, but it is the expression of the inner quality of that person, expresses a teja, vigor on the person's personality. This is seen even in sometimes in animals also. They also have, depending on their qualities, certain tej on their personality. Similarly, a human being, if we follow the path of righteousness, if we follow certain disciplines in life, if we are truthful, if we are honest, if we have proper understanding, knowledge, then it expresses on the face of that person also. So that is called teja, tejasvi. A person becomes tejasvi. Sometimes we see such teja in a little person also. Like we have a story of Nachiketa who went to the Lord of Death to gain knowledge, and he had so much teja that even Yamraj appreciated his teja. And that teja came because of his vairagya and his single pointedness of his vision. He knew what he wanted in life and he knew what he didn't want. So that gives that great power to a personality. So that's called teja. And this we see in some measure in the world, in various people. So this is a expression of the divine quality. Then comes kshama, forgiveness. It's a very beautiful quality, forgiveness. It is said that forgiveness is the abhushan, the ornament of the brave. See, when some anger comes and we want to express or we want to take revenge and all, it's a basic quality of a asuri person. But capacity to forgive someone is something much great. It's said that in English also they have the saying, to err is human, but to forgive is divine. It is not only about forgiving others, but we need to forgive ourselves also. Many people, they punish themselves, they judge themselves as very wrong and keep on punishing themselves. We give ourselves a verdict. Sometimes that punishment lasts for a long time. So non-forgiveness gives rise to the feeling of guilt in ourselves and also feeling of anger, hatred towards others. The others can be our own near and dear one. See, it becomes easier for people to forgive someone who is far away and a distant person, but to forgive someone who is close is more difficult. So sometimes we have anger or hatred towards our own parents or our own children or our own relatives, friends, and it goes on for a long time. It remains in the heart. Sometimes we pass on this hatred or dislike to our children also. कि हमारे खानदान का नाम आप रोशन करो, उनसे दुश्मनी जो है वो वैसे ही you can maintain that. So sometimes the hatred remains in tradition. Later on the children also will not know what was the reason for this hatred. But it is there. So this is not a proper quality. So kshama, forgiveness, is very important. So when we forgive, we let go of the past. When we forgive, we also make our path clear for the higher our evolution, because non-forgiveness keeps us bound to that which is low, that which is negative. This has to be properly comprehended, this forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean tolerance. Forgiveness means something else. So Kshama is very important divine quality. Then comes dhritihi. Dhriti means perseverance. Perseverance means when we are totally tired and we can't move even one step forward, physically also, emotionally, intellectually, when we are absolutely exhausted, even under that circumstance, to get up and move forward is called perseverance. When things are very, very bad, that we can't take even one step forward, to create that utsaha in ourselves and move ahead, that's called perseverance. That type of perseverance is required on this path of spirituality. Not that after some time one or two obstacle comes and we give up. That will not help. That whatever be the obstacle and whatever be the problem, one keeps on moving towards one's goal. That's called perseverance. No looking back, no taking about turn, going forward towards our goal, whatever be the condition of the physical body or the surrounding circumstance. थोड़ा सा आवाज बढ़ा दो. So whatever be the condition, one has to move forward, and this energy we will get from ourselves. We have tremendous power within ourselves. We should be able to tap that power. We find that in the world, amazing performances being done by people in different fields. Sometimes we are amazed that how is it possible for that person to do such thing. It is possible for all of us, but we have not tapped into this, we have not tapped this power. We have not harnessed this power which is there within us. So the dhriti, perseverance, is also very important. In Ramayana we have the story of Parvati ji, who did special tapas to attain Lord Shiva. And she was so perseverant in it. Lord Shiva had decided not to get married. He had got married once and it did not work well. He was married to Sati and then she gave up her body. But the same Sati was born again as Parvati. And Shivji had decided, bas, I am not going to get married. But Parvati also decided that I will marry him only. And she started doing her tapas. And she went on and on and on. It's total focus on attaining Lord Shiva. She did her tapas. It didn't matter to her whether he has decided not to marry on. She had decided to just move in this path. Lot of obstacles came in her way. Even the great rishis, Sapta rishis came and they said that, oh, why you want to marry Lord Shiva? Lord Vishnu is so nice and wonderful. He has got better facilities, good home and everything is nice. So why don't you marry him? And you don't have to do special tapas, we have our own contacts. So you don't worry about this tapas. But Parvati ji said, no, I will strive only to attain Lord Shiva. And I am following my teacher. So Narad ji is a teacher who told her that do tapas and you will attain Lord Shiva. So he said, Janma koti lage ragar hamari, varahu shambhu, natu rahu kuvari. That not only for one lifetime, I am ready to spend crores of lifetime to attain Lord Shiva. Either I will marry him or I will die unmarried only. So that type of dhriti when one has, even Bhagwan has to change his plan. That is the power of perseverance. So this is also a divine quality. So shaucham, then comes shaucham, purity. Purity of our body, purity of our speech, purity of emotions, purity of our actions, purity of thoughts, our understanding, purity of our relationship, purity at all levels. Purity. Shaucham, as they say, cleanliness is next to godliness. So here cleanliness itself is expressed as a godly, divine quality. So shaucham. So even our words should be made clean. We need not use all the words in the English dictionary. Just because they are there, one need not use all those words. Not only English, whichever language we are speaking. All the words need not be used. Only, and even to express something which is negative and one has to express it, we can use some positive words for that. That's also possible. People actually use negative words, and then those words have negative effects on us. We interpret some of our events in our life using strong words, and those words, they have negative effect on us. Simple thing happens and we interpret it as horrible. Horrible thing happened today. So you feel that horrible means wonder what happened. Horrible thing happened. And it can be something very silly, something to do with their day-to-day life. Maybe the milk or the tea spilled and spoiled their dress or something. Horrible thing happened. So if such little things are interpreted as horrible, then more difficult things, they will not have any term, and that will not be, one will not be able to face them. Because when it is interpreted as horrible, then all the energy of the body, mind is kindled to face that. So when real horrible or real bad things happen, we will not have energy to face them. Because already we have spent our arsenal on little things. So it's very important that we control our tongue and use words which are clean. We use emotions which are clean, thoughts which are clean. And also the input, if we have clean input through our senses, then the mind will also remain clean. So shaucham, cleanliness, is a very important quality, purity. It's a very important quality of, and it is considered as a divine quality. So shaucham. Then comes adroha, absence of droha. Droha means hatred. Absence of hatred towards all beings. Bhagavan mentions this as a bhakta lakshana also. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha. Absence of hatred towards all beings. See, it might begin with a little dislike, intolerance, anger, then slowly that anger builds up and becomes hatred. See, when we have some dislike or anger, and we keep contemplating on it negatively, then slowly it gets into, it becomes